Hey, how's it going, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. Well, welcome to the NFL Top 5 Countdown for Week 3. We got 5 games, 4 Sunday, 1 Monday. We'll get to them in a quick second. Real quick note, I still have all my 7 plays going this weekend in college and pro football if you're watching this before Saturday's games kick off. 4 on Saturday, led by a 6-star play, which kicks off at 12 noon Eastern, and 3 plays on Sunday, led by a 7-star play in the NFL. Let's get to the top 5 countdown. I'm going to try to take up not too much of your precious time. We're going to start first with the Chiefs laying 6 at the Giants. A lot of folks back in the G-Men here, but the Chiefs lost to Philly and the Chargers, 2 outstanding defenses, 2 very well-coached teams, and 2 very good quarterbacks for their organizations, Hurts and Herbert at quarterback. Russell Wilson this week? I don't think so. And listen, real quick, we had the Eagles over the Chiefs last weekend. If Travis Kelce doesn't drop that pass at the goal line, not only drop it, but bump it up into the air so a Philly defender could pick it off and run it 80 yards the other way into the Chiefs' red zone, they probably win that game. They're a couple of plays away from 2-0. They're 0-2. I think they get back here. I will take Patrick Mahomes over Russell Wilson. Number 4, it is the Vikings laying a field goal to the Bengals. Let me tell you real quick about this one. This would not have been a play if J.J. McCarthy was still quarterbacking the Vikings. No offense to J.J. Hope he recovers well from the injury, but this would not have been a play after 7 horrible quarters and 1 good quarter. Carson Wentz gets the nod for the Vikings going up against Jake Browning, who's, of course, filling in for Joe Burrow with Cincinnati. And we're going to back Carson Wentz here. He's had a week of practice under this fantastic coaching staff. I power rate the Vikings coaches higher than I do the Bengals, and I also like the defense much better than what Cincy throws out on the field each and every week. Cincy is so close from being 0-2, escaping their first 2 opponents. I think it catches up to them here, and I'm backing the Minnesota Vikings, my number 4 play. We're going the prop route for our number 3 play, looking at Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua, and we believe he'll go over 6.5 receptions. Now, I've seen this anywhere from $138 to about $145. Nacua, the price on that over 6.5 receptions. Here's a couple of quick reasons why. Stafford and Nacua have had a fantastic, symbiosis, I guess you could call it, since the very first minute these two stepped on the field together. They should be even more dangerous this season. They already are because they've got a fantastic offensive line. They've also got Devontae Adams to keep defenses honest and not gang up on Nacua. So far through 2 games, Nacua has been targeted 20 times, and he has 18 receptions. Philly's going to make you work through the air, and I think that means more chances for Nacua to grab plenty of receptions in this one and go over that total of 6.5. Again, Rams wide receiver Nacua over 6.5 receptions, our number 3 play. Number 2, laying the points with the Ravens on Monday over the Lions. And I'll tell you real quickly, this Ravens team is so physical, wear you down. We laid the double digits last week with Baltimore. I had talked about how I don't often do that in the NFL, but I really felt they would wear down and wear on a good Cleveland defense. Same here. Baltimore should wear down the Lions defense. The key concern when you back Baltimore against a team like Detroit is their secondary. It can be had. But eventually, I do believe Baltimore will pull away and cover, go to 2-1 on the season, both straight up and against the spread. And before I get to the number 1 play, a real quick note, got a 10% discount off any of my daily, weekly, or monthly packages, the entire season even, excluding $30 daily top football picks, which is located above the grid on my homepage at DocSports.com. And this expires Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. The promo code for this discount, as you see there on your screen, is SmashMouth, 10% off those packages that I just mentioned. All right, let's get to the top play in the countdown. It is the Rams getting 3.5 from the Eagles. And I'll tell you real quickly about this one. Again, going back to Travis Kelce dropping the football or actually nudging it in the air at the goal line where he could have gone in for what could have been a game-winning touchdown. And instead, Philly picks it off and runs it back 80 yards the other way to set up a short field. Listen, Philly, 4.5 yards per play and a lack of a passing game should hurt this week. I know that's what they do. They won a Super Bowl doing it, but I think it's going to hurt them this week. The Rams defense might be the best in the league after adding Puka Nacua in the offseason. Certainly, to me, one of the top 5 most talented defenses. Philly's unlikely to win this game running the ball. They've averaged 36 times carrying the football over the first 2 games. If they don't throw deep from time to time, I think the the tough Rams defense is going to be able to stack it up and shorten that Philly running game even more. The offensive line for the Rams, one of the best at protecting the quarterback going back to the start of last season. This team gained 149 yards on 25 carries against a stout Titans defense. You can run on Philly a bit. And finally, the Rams, well, they're in playoff revenge, okay? It took a 78-yard Saquon Barkley run to finish off the Rams last year in the postseason. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big revenge guy. Home teams have done pretty well when looking to avoid revenge from a playoff win the previous season, but Philly's that close to being 0-2, and I think it catches up to them here. The Rams plus 3.5 is the number one play in the countdown. All right, let's recap. We've got the Chiefs -6 over the Giants, number 5. Number 4, the Vikings laying a field goal over Cincinnati. Number 3, the prop, the Rams with their wide receiver Puka Nacua over 6.5 receptions. Number 2, the Ravens minus the points over the Lions. And the number one play this week is the Rams plus the points over the Eagles. And again, you can check out all of my plays on my homepage, DocSports.com, 7 if you're watching this before 12 noon Eastern on Saturday. All right. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys with the comments. I try to get to those each and every night. Got a weird circadian rhythm, so sometimes it's late at night when I see the comments. But we'll continue to look for those comments, and I do appreciate all you guys watching these. Click on the thumbs up if you like the videos. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the DocSports.com handicappers videos. All right, best of luck. You can check out all my videos here on this YouTube page, and we'll look to put them in the win column once again.